Can you guys see me? Is that close enough? I'm just kidding. Welcome to the video. Konnichiwa, minasan. Yokoso. Today, we're going to do another cost of living. How much does it cost to live? And today, we're featuring Hokkaido, Sapporo, as a city with some of the cost stuff. But depends on where you are. If you go more rural, maybe it's cheaper. You can see this article here on this website. This person show off some pictures in the beginning. Then we'll get into some cost of living sites, some Reddit pages also talking about it, because Hokkaido is a pretty popular place. At least it seems to be from online research. Go into some apartments to rent. We'll go into some houses you can buy. We'll get into those property taxes later, which is kind of general for all of Japan. So I don't know if we'll continue doing that, but I'll try to every time. We'll get into some hotels if you stay in Sapporo, at least, because it's the biggest city, so we're just going to use that as a grounding point. But other than that, I'll show off some nice pictures and some blogs here, and then show some conversion rates to US dollar too. So that's what's being used as our conversion ratio. From Wise, of course. So as you can see, skiing is a big thing in Hokkaido. There's also some famous zoos you might want to check out, but also just beautiful scenery here. So if you want to check out this site more, you can go ahead and do that. I don't want to, steal all their fire here, but this is some of the nice areas, and we'll check out maybe some images here. So this is Hokkaido. You can see transport system here a bit, some airport locations. Over here you have Hakodate, just more of date, some nice aesthetics here. This is more of a different type of map where you can see here's Sapporo over here. So Hakodate is a popular place. And then there's also some cities around the coastline and in the middle. So we'll get into some cost of living analysis right off the bat here. Taking a look at Sapporo, we can go back and look at Date if you want to. This is Date that first comes up. A little bit cheaper, a little bit more south. So you can see a little bit difference there. So a little bit more monthly salary, it seems like too. So Sapporo is a big city, so take that into account. There's a bit more competition and stuff like that. You can see transport has a pretty low rating on that actually. So you might want to look into renting a vehicle or something like that. But in my experience, you can still get around using the transit system, such as the trains, such as a taxi, such as flying around, if you really want to. But you can see the university here. Hokkaido University is one of the best ones. Everyone tries to go there if you're from Hokkaido, pretty much. And you can see how much it costs for eating out and stuff like that here, all broken down. So you can take some of these out of your bill if you want. Things like the utility bill for a family at $300. I'd say this might be a bit higher depending on how much laundry, how much electronics you use and stuff like that. Especially in the wintertime, this price is probably going to be higher, but on average, $300 probably sounds about right. Internet plan, you can see how much that costs, about $40. You can see here's the local transport. It costs about $1.74. That's probably right. Take the bus, it's usually 250 yen. You see gas and petrol price, so $1.19. Taxi rides, see the price of bread here is $1.33. We use that across usually this metrics, and I've been using this livingcost.org as a resource for the last video at least, and this video, so going forward I'll show it off. And so this is Sapporo, and you can see other cities here like Sapporo versus Tokyo. So you can see the cost of living in total with rent is what they compare here. So you can see about $400 cheaper than Tokyo, a little bit cheaper than Yokohama. Osaka says that it's a bit cheaper to live there than Sapporo, though that's probably due to a lot of the electricity bill and stuff like that. You take that out, you'd probably save a lot of money, though you'd also probably freeze to death. So take that into account. And so again, here's this big map. You can see cost of living prices around the world. check out this site if you want to. Another cost of living analysis I did was on Reddit here. So you can see this person's taking a look to see this is very low, Sapporo is very affordable to live in, question mark. And someone talks about kind of their dorms, and 50K a month is reasonable, which is about $500. 50,000 yen is about $500. So this person's saying that in their experience, it's about $500 a month. And then the person said, one of the replies here was that they have like 20,000. So did this just go to a different article? No, it didn't. Okay, anyways, I say 40 to 70K a month seems awful low to me for covering everything. So that's what one person says. You can get more into the detail if you want. I'll put all the links below for all the websites we go on. This person says, yeah, maybe like 70,000 will do it. This is somebody who lives a bit more of like includes their shopping and stuff like that too. They're saying about 153,000 per month, which is about like, if we go into our calculator here, we can just see. But later on I was going to do something with this, so I might just bring up a new page. I'll just bring it back to 4,200 later on. But on this website, they said they're living off 153. So if we put that in, 153, you can see it's going to cost you about $1,000 per month living expenses if you're using US currency, that is. Feel free to check out Wise and do the calculations based on your own currency. This video isn't sponsored or anything like that, but maybe one day it will be. Anyways, you can see this person's trying to reach the N3 level. So a lot of different topics here. They're saying 3K for electricity, gas, which is, that seems a bit low to me. I think maybe they mean 30,000 because that would be 300. So you can see some of the other people what they say, but I would probably go off some of these more websites like this because they give average prices. This is also a different site that I checked out, numbeo.com, and so they talk about kind of the ranges from things too. So there's a bit of a difference. So you can see like every month pretty much what the prices are on things. So this is about 200 yen, which is like $2 for milk, and it can be anywhere from 160 to $3. So this is basically $1 to like $3, but obviously way less than that. So if it's American, it's probably about $1 or less for milk. And it's 1 liter, based on 1 liter, by the way, not like a 4-liter jug or something like that. So take that into account too. But you can basically see the range here. So even though white rice or gohan is put at about like 1,300 yen, which is about $13, you can see that sometimes you can get it as cheap as $5, but it can go also up as high as 20. So keep that take that into account. It's really based on the season, I'd say too, especially since grocery store prices are getting a bit higher just overall because it has to do with kind of the economy, and they're paying farmers a bit more. Before, farmers would take a huge cut out of their pay for basically doing free work, but now they're including all the extra hours and stuff like that pretty much. So you can see also for daycare and stuff, if you have a kid, how much do you think that's going to cost you? So feel free to check out these websites, do some things by yourself. You can see one of the biggest spends here, expenses. You can see markets, a little bit of sports and stuff like that. Transportation's pretty small, but feel free to check these. You can see also like the crime. So if you want to check out crime, you can see the crime level here is like very low. Worries about broken in crimes in the past 5 years. You can see like very low, very low. This is like the crime index here, so you can see it's very low. We can compare it to maybe some other we can compare it to another city maybe some other time, but for this video we'll moving on to renting now. So looking at rent here, you can see I'm going to use this website, villagehouse.japan. Of course, you can check out some other websites to get some different details, but these ones have, from what I saw, less price than what is on this website, right? It says that rent is going to cost you, let's see if they go actually into rent. It's pretty much like $500, it says. Here we go, rent, 1-bedroom city. Yeah, it says about $500, right? Or if you get a cheap one, it's around $200. Depends. Also, 3-bedroom city. It's not that much different than a 1-bedroom, so you can take a look at a cheap 3-bedroom one too. Is also from around $500. So really, take a look at some different sites and stuff like that. But we're going to look at Village House today. Villagehouse.japan. We're going to check out some of these rooms here. So you can see this is about 17,000 yen, which is going to cost you, let's go to our converter here, just so we know, about $100, right? So that's even cheaper than what the website said. And so let's go check it out a bit more so you can see the room and stuff like that. So this is the one kind of living dining kitchen. That's what it stands for, the LDK. And so we can check out the pictures here. Right, so this is the exterior of the building that you'd be staying in. These are some of the places nearby that you can take a look at. And then getting into the one living dining kitchen area, you can take a look here. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty spacious. Looks like you get a little electric heater here or something. Maybe it's gas, but typically electric. And you can check out this kitchen area here. Looks like the bathroom's back here. Bathtub over here. Toilet, little sink area you have outside, another angle of one of the rooms it looks like, outside on your deck it looks like, some more room space, just the view. And so you can even see that this is a 2-bedroom one. I'll quickly go through. So yeah, looks like more space here, same heater, same type of kitchen area, same type of bathroom. It looks like maybe get like a little medicine cabinet and stuff. A lot of storage space. Deck looks a bit newer, to be honest. Maybe they paved this ground. But yeah, you can check out the website and stuff like that. So you can see some different other places here. If you want to go up to a bit more of higher prices, we can check out that. Maybe this 2,300 room, which will cost you. Let's see the difference there. 23,000. It's going to be $150, and we can check it out. So let's take a look at this. And they give you the price here. So this is actually a 2 living dining kitchen. Seems to be less than 1. And it has more space. I wonder why that is. But maybe it's because they want to get those places inhabited. But let's take a look at all the pictures here. Parking spaces, some superstores, 7-Elevens nearby. All right. Pretty cool. Look at this nice field. Little layout of the place. Oh, here you can see the kitchen area. Looks a bit nicer than the last one. Nice wood floors. Same type of heater, it seems. Oh, that looks a bit different than what we saw. This looks like the same type of place we just looked at. Oh, maybe, because I went on to the next one. That's right. So this is the 2. This is a bit of the bigger space, I guess. But anyways, it seems that house, it's the same building, it looks like. You can see maybe this house. There's only 2 vacancies here, it looks like. But around 23,000. Same, or 24,000. So you can check out, let's check out these photos here. This looks a bit nicer. Gravel parking lot, looks like some outside storage space. Nice dining living room area. Your bedroom. You can see the kitchen there, bathtub area, toilet. Looks like this place is a bit furnished. You can see a different outside deck area. So some decks looks like they did some work on it and not. And you can see this is kind of the parking fee and stuff like that. They give some little details about prices and stuff like that. If we look at some of the other ones, you can see the same thing, right? So there's a parking fee, there's elevator fees and stuff like that sometimes. Probably talk about key fees, I believe, sometimes. So that's something you'd probably have to talk to them about too. But you can also see next here, it'll say if there's kerosene heater and stuff like that, it seems like, and it's renovated. So maybe this one's a bit newer looking. Just look at the photos here. Oh yeah, it looks a bit nicer. So you can see some of them are renovated or not, but there's also other websites you can check out. This is more for the cheap end. So moving on, we'll go into some housing prices quickly. So this website you can see, this is wagayajapan.com, and I would say it does seem a bit they don't have many options. It might be a bit more expensive. Plus some of the details here says things like you can actually see whether there's air conditioning or pets are allowed and stuff like that, which is a bit confusing to me because that might mean this is managed by someone and you have to follow rules for the area. But I would think that if you have your own house, you should have your own kind of control over the pets and stuff like that. Though maybe it just means this doesn't come with pets or something like it. The house does not come with a cat. But anyways, you can see the type of house it is, handovers, the management type, the floor aspect ratios and stuff like that. So you can see this is going to cost you about like, okay, I was doing a bit of different, but if we put in around 30 million yen, you can see this is going to cost you about $200,000 US. So if we go back and we check out this place, yeah, you can see this is about 36,000. So it's going to be over $200,000. And you can take a look at it. This is just the floor plan and stuff like that. This is another apartment type place that was in Sapporo. So this is one that's around 4,500. And take into account, you also have to pay a fee for real estate agencies and stuff like that. So give this number a bit more or less. But for 45 million, this is too much. 45 million with 6 zeros. We can see that's going to run you around $300,000. And that's for this type of apartment building. You can see the different photos here. This is what you're getting into. Nice big deck. Some area out here. You can see maintenance fee also. Repair reserve fund. So this is probably what you have to deposit just in case you break shit and stuff like that, and they'll take it out of that. You can also see down here that there's a monthly amount paid for pets and stuff like that, so keep that in mind. Also a bicycling fee and also a hot spring fee, so if you want to use their hot spring, I think they have some photos of it, maybe not. Doesn't look like it, but you could probably ask about it. You can see that pets are allowed. There's a south-facing balcony, TV intercom. So all these type of fees and stuff down here. Also some remarks at the bottom. So you can check out this website if you want to. Also another website I found that was pretty good is this Japan Property one, japanproperty.jp. Bit different here, but the last website, they do say that they have English and Chinese support. So that might be something you want to look at. But this site actually shows places for a bit less. So this is about 20 million yen. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. 20 plus 6 zeros. So you're going to pay about just under around 130,000 US dollars. And you can get a nice 5-bedroom house in Hakodate-shi, which is near the south end again too. So it's in that little bottom part of Hokkaido, the south. But you can see these are all the photos. Looks like a nice garden you have. Super nice kitchen in my opinion. Nice little living room. You got your nice floor here. Nice lamps and stuff. I guess you don't maybe get that stuff, but this is just how they have it set up. You have these nice little old style closets and stuff like that with paintings on it. That's really cool. So you can check out this website too, get a bit more information. You can see all the details down here. You can see there's a parking space available. You probably have to talk to them more about explanation with other costs and stuff like that. Here's the map of it here. So you can see, yeah, it's in the south part of Hokkaido. And you'll contact them to explain some more details. But that's another site you can look at. We'll move on to some hotels stuff quickly now. So looking at hotels, you can see this is just actually TripAdvisor things to do, but we'll look at some hotels quickly. I think I had some up here. This one, accommodation, here we go. So if we look at some hotels here, you can see the rating here just from Google. This is just a quick Google search, but you can see this, you know, it has an eco-friendly certificate, all the amenities and stuff like that. So this one's pretty good, and it's under $200 a night. This one seems really cheap if you're just really looking for a place with, it seems like Wi-Fi. Maybe it's okay to bring your kid and stuff like that. Some of the pictures over here you can take a look at. So it's a bit on the cheap end, but if you want to spend like around $200 and stuff, it looks like you can get a little bit of an office space and stuff like that. Or this onsen ryokan, you can see that it's about, ooh, they don't really say, so I guess you have to contact them about that. But you can see this Prince Hotel and stuff like that, also under $200, probably even closer to $100 in American US dollar. But you can check out the different websites it gives you here too. Like, it seems like based on what you want to trust and stuff like that. But that's kind of the hotel. But you can get a really good hotel too, it seems like, for like maybe $500. Let's get into some of the things you can do too quickly. So just checking TripAdvisor here, you can see some of the things you can do. So like Hakodate were some of those places where you can see all these like food tips, places to go, tours if you want to go on them, parks and stuff like that, recommend activities. You can see this this cherry blossom place. There's a lot of pictures like this on Google. If you search it up sometimes, they'll show that little star thing here, right? So that's in Hakodate, it seems. And so there's also these things like there's a zoo, there's the ice festival which happens, or snow festival, things like that. So here's also a bigger look at the ice festival here. Very cool. If you have any questions about it, you can also ask below. I can ask some people about it. Just based on, you know, since this is the prefecture I chose to stay in for, you know, family reasons and stuff like that. But I also really like it for hopefully a long-term stay somewhere in Hokkaido, because I think it's really cool. Also a safe location if you're worried about the big kind of earthquake that's bound to happen here. Sorry, 10 wants to say hi quickly. 10, you want to say hi? This is 10. 10 says hi. She really likes her ass pat. But you can see that basically the big one that's going to hit Japan, the plates are around here, so if anything happens, it's really going to be this Shikoku island that gets hit probably the worst, and then also around here in this Osaka area and around over here to the Tokyo side and all this. So that's a big threat that people worry about. So if you're worried about kind of living in this area, maybe you'd want to think about Hokkaido or something like that, or maybe some other islands around some mountains or on the other side of Shinkoku. But again, if you have any comments about this, or you want to see what the next prefecture is, you want to give a suggestion for a prefecture, go ahead, put it in the comments. Japanese or English. I just do this in English basically because I'm still learning my Japanese. I need to get better at it before I start giving more and more videos. Lastly, we'll get into the taxes of things. Also, I believe, yeah, if you buy something that's around 100 million yen, I just have it here, it's going to cost you around 60 to 70, 100,000 US dollars. I don't think we looked at any places like that, but there are some, like on this website, I think they talked about it, maybe not. Oh yeah, this one, like this lot here, which is a bit bigger, but you can see this is the type of house style and stuff like that. So maybe a bit more luxurious, cool, you know, luxurious bathroom in my opinion here. Get a little window outside too, and it's all private. It's your own house, just the center of it there. but that's going to cost you a bit more. So that's all. It's all based on your needs and stuff like that. Quickly, we'll go over taxes here just to end it off. So taxes, you can see just some property taxes and stuff. You can see there's also going to be a contract stamp duty if you buy a house, right? So if you're getting something from 10 to 50 million, which is kind of on the low end, right? You're going to at least pay $100 for your stamp. She really needs her ass pet, so I'll try and go as fast as possible here. So anyways, we'll get into maybe just the tax rate for individuals too. So income tax, you can see that probably for your house property, your fixed asset tax is going to be 1.4%. Damn, calm down a bit. Calm down. But you can see it's all dependent on your house pretty much. So if you see that your asset's worth about like 2 million, oh sorry, this is just the progressive tax rate. So it's more like if you make this much, then you pay 5% tax. You make this much, 10%, 20. So it's basically the bracket system here if you want to take a look at it. This is also for companies, so if you have a company, you can see based on how much money you make and stuff like that, holding taxes, but that's only for certain things. But this website has some good stuff too. This Uchi Japan for kind of property taxes, a simple guide. But I just went over that today. So if you want to see, and this is kind of based on if you buy like a 30 million yen place, then you can see that your tax rate at 1.4% for your asset value is going to be around 100,000 yen. So that's going to be about, if we go over here, right? So we put it in here, 4,200,000 or 400,200. It's going to cost you around $3,000 a year, right, in your property taxes and stuff like that. But if you know anything else, if I got anything wrong, please let me know. Thank you for watching this video. You guys are awesome. Love making community content for you. I'll always make my videos free to you. I'll always show stuff, what I learned in Japanese, my experience in Japan over this last while. I'll always make sure it's free for you guys. So please, if you follow along and just want to see more content, please think about subscribing, because it would super help me out and super support the channel and really, really support me. But other than that, I'll end the video for now. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you in the next video or on the live stream sometime. But other than that, thank you so much. Bye for now.